السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا زدنا علما، اللهم فقهنا في الدين، اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا آمين يا رب العالمين. So here we are with our session number 155 for Quranic Arabic grammar and session number 6 for Surah Taha, Nahu and Sarf. And inshallah, I'm going to start with a quick review, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So in our last session, we have gone over the benefits of Mawsuf and Sifa. If you all remember, we use this fragment to narrow down, to specify our Mawsuf. It is brought in for the clarification. It gives us more information about Mawsuf. It is sometimes there to praise the Mawsuf, and sometimes it is there to insult or to belittle the Mawsuf, the one that is being described. And sometimes we use Mawsuf wa Sifa for emphasis, and sometimes we use it to make something general by using sifat that include everything. And this benefit is called a ta'min, to make something general. Okay, so type 1, if you all were able to understand these 6 benefits of Mawsuf wa Sifa, the fragment that you have been learning since your kindergarten. Everyone is able to understand what is the rhetorical benefit of Mawsuf and Sifa, why it is used, why sometimes we bring in a Sifa to and it's I hope it is clear to all of you. Alhamdulillah. There was a question about when I explained to you the tawqeed part, and there was some confusion. I hope that must have been cleared up by now. So always remember, maf'ul mutlaq by itself, it is very, very emphatic. It is brought in. Number one use of maf'ul mutlaq in jumla failure is to bring in emphasis. There are certain, and maf'ul mutlaq, when you talk about the surf of a word, maf'ul mutlaq is which word surf wise? Is it ism fa'il, maf'ul? Is it fi'l madin, mudare, or is it a masdar? What do you think about a maf'ul mutlaq? It's a masdar. So when you have a masdar, there are certain masadir that you come across and that are used for, that tell you the action happens once. Okay, their pattern is such that gives you that that this thing is going to happen only once, and that masdar that denotes that action is going to happen only once is called masdar marra. Masdar marra, mim ra ta marbuta. When I tell you marratain, what does it mean? How many times? Marratain, 2 times, right? And you heard this word in Quran, at-talaku, marratan. Have you ever come across this verse of Quran from Surah Al-Baqarah? Yeah. So marratan means 2, marra means once, and if you have a masdar marra, and if you have a quality or a description for it as wahidatun, so it means if something is repeated, it is bringing in more emphasis. Whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا, إِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا, why is this repetition? Why is something repeated? Anything that is repeated, most commonly it is repeated for the purpose of emphasis. Always remember that. So if a masdar already denotes the action happens once, and then there is a quality attached to it, which is, for example, wahidatun, so that means it has been added there to bring in more emphasis that this trumpet is going to be blown only once. Make sense or no sense? Is this clear? Right? So already you know that nafkhatun is a kind of a word which means, like, it's going to be blown once, and then there is another wahidatun must have been added to bring more tawqeed. Okay, again, we have gone over it in the last session too, but just for quick review, fathan bringing in lot of emphasis. The thing was already there. Inna fatahna. Inna fatahna lak. Indeed, we have given you victory. When we added fathan, added emphasis. And again adding mubinan, it is very, very emphatic that this is no ordinary victory. It's a very, very clear victory. Okay, so the last one, which is used for ta'meen. So can you see here that I could add, so you can, in Quran we cannot add or subtract anything, ma'azallah. It is the word or the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says nafaqatan and saghiratan, and saghira is a sifa for nafaqatan. Make sense or no sense, right? There are mawsufa sifa, so very small, wala kabiratan, and nor very big. So you got that this expenditure or this spending is from the very small to the very big. So it made it very, very general by adding صغيرة ولا كبيرة. I hope this makes some sense now. That everything is included now. Neither they spend a small amount, like not a penny, nor they give million trillion dollars. Okay, so if you have to make something, now this nafaqatan, when you have saghira wala kabira, you are looking at it, it became very, very general now that, they don't spend anything basically. Okay, so that is another way of saying that they don't spend anything. So anything is very general, right? So that is ta'meen. Sister Arham, is this a little clear? We make the action 0. Yeah, that they don't, yeah. It is another way of saying that they don't spend at all. But by adding, saghira wala kabira, you got, from not just small but very big as well could have been added, and that made it very general. It's not, specific, like, tall man, you know, tall man, he's not short. But now when I have saghiratan wala kabiratan, there is, this is not a small amount, not a big amount, and not big amount, right? So it became very, um, very general. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Nothing remarkable. Yeah. So, and just like masalamma, kitabamma, any book, any example, right? So see how everything was very common then when we added um, to a nakira ism ma ibhamia, right? Allah does not shy away from giving you any example, and any example could be any example. It could be an example of a mosquito, and it could be an example of, an elephant, right? Allah can teach you from any of those examples. The spectrum is very, very broad by using a common ism and then bringing a very common sifat to it. Okay, so something, not to keep anything specific, just to generalize things, you add sifa as well. Okay, inshallah. And with more examples, things will be more clear. And this is also going to be dependent upon how much you ponder over Quran and how your previous understanding of Quran is. So that also sometimes, makes a difference, that if you are able to apply whatever you learn to the tafsir of Quran. So some are able to apply things, quicker than others, and some, it may take some time for them, but it is important to have a rough idea of why the concept is used in Quran. So then you have seen every time, for the beginners, it's very, very important. If you see 3 root letters and there is a ya after them, you must pay attention to the type of ya, right? That time I have given you that, you were able to identify it as yaul musanna in the word nalaik. So every time if there are three root letters as a general rule, and a word looks like an ism, because there is not a fail that's going to be with a sukoon in the middle like that, right? Na'alaik, na'ala seemed like an ism, right? Noon, ain, lam with a sukoon in the middle letter. So in that case, if you see a ya at the end, think about the type of ya. And if you see ya lean, so it is your giveaway for yaul musanna. If you see ya madiya, it's a giveaway for yaul jama. Lean means, when you say muslimaini, so there is a rule which is a rule of a lean. You read it, there's a ya there that has a fatha on the letter before. And in this case, ya madiya, like muslimina, in this case, ya madiya is that type of a ya where ya is there with a sukoon and the letter before it is carrying a kasra. Okay, so small things, but they make a lot of difference in your understanding of a word. If you know these simple rules, this is going to make you help you make a good choice of and find a correct answer. Your answers are going to be mostly correct if you are well versed with these concepts. You have learned these concepts on the very beginning of the course, where you were taught that in muslimaini, muslimina, you focus on ya, or muslimuna focus on wow. Don't Yes, you have learned the combination, but that was the kindergarten stuff. Now focus on wow, ya, alif. If you remember, when we did the Muslim table, each and every letter was explained to you, that where the noon is coming from, where the ya is coming from. And you have been taught time and again that noon may not be there, and which it was the case in this word na lake. There was no noon, a noon at the end, na'layna, because the noon was omitted for the purpose of idafa, because the word was mudaf. So now, every time after three root letters, you are seeing a ya, think about your yas that you have learned. Okay, inshallah. So the table I have put in your notes. It was not available at that time during our session, but make sure you go over the table, and that is going to help you solidify your concept of anwaul ya. Okay, because this is going to come time and again. And for example, there was a question, ummi yuna. So what should be the root letters for ummi yuna? What do you think? We recently went over word to word for Surat Ali Imran. We've been going over that. And Ummi Yuna, there was a question about what is the root letter and how do I know that root letters are Hamza, Mim, Mim? What will help me determine that? Yes, Hamza, Mim, Mim are the root letters. But how? So the meme, okay, Hamza meme. Yes, first of all, there is meme mushaddad. So most probably it is Hamza meme, right? Most likely, like most best answer is going to be that it is going to be Hamza meme. But if someone gets confused about, could it be irregular word? Could it be word that is nakis, that has a waw ya ending? So what will help them determine that this is not that word? If you know ummi yun should be the singular, right? So if ummi yun is a singular, what kind of a word is that? What kind of a ya that word has? Among the types of ya that are on your screen, which one you will pick? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one? So, right? So if it is yaul nisba, if it is yaul nisba, should it be the part of root letter? It is considered a part of a word, but it is not considered a part of a root letter. Always remember that. Okay, does it make sense? For example, in Ajami or in Arabi, Ain Raba are going to be considered the root letter. Ya is considered to be the part of the word because you see your case ending or your Rafad Nasab Jar status on that very ya, but it is not the root letter. I hope I made myself clear. If I did, type 1. If you want me to repeat, type 2. Alhamdulillah. So please keep these small concepts in mind. Do you think Yal Mukhatiba can be seen with isms? What do you think? Can it be seen with isms? Why? Why not? Can Yaul Mukhatiba come? Yaul Mukhatiba. It's a doer pronoun in of al, which denotes anti. It only is going to come with fail mudare and failul amr. It cannot be seen with your isms. Okay, it is in the chart. Yes, it is in the chart. And if you just go over each and everything that is written on your chart, on your tables, inshallah, things will be clear. Now, another thing, the mirul fasal. Remember all three usages of the mirul fasal. Most of the places will tell you about the number one, where you so that you don't get confused between word and its tabi, but and its follower. For example, you don't confuse it as mosuf and sifa. You There is the mirul fasal that is brought in. For example, if I say zalikal fawzul azim, there may be a chance that people will treat it as ism ishara musharun ilayhi, right? Zalikal fawzul azim, right? So zalikal fawzul azim, in that case people may have called it ism ishara musharun ilayhi. So in some places in Quran we do see zalika huwal fawzul azim, right? But I also, if just to repeat I'm repeating myself time and time again, this table must be learned by heart for those of you who want to advance to um to the next level. This is not a hard table, right? Or do you find it very hard to memorize? Or because you have to just go over what are the places where you are going to see the mirul fasal. It is not hard, I personally, but if it is coming from me, you may say, okay, you do it day in day out, it's easy for you, but for anyone, I think if you go through this table, it is not hard. My dear sisters, I am going to show you, because this is not the time, I'm going to show you later on. There are going to be concepts that are going to come, and if you know this table, you will not be confused. I was so amazed to see one of the students, how she was able to say that this about is, how she picked it so well, and she kept on thinking about it, because that is the way to build. Once you have built your concept, once you have developed a good strong foundation, it is very easy to understand. If I can throw anything at you, I can teach you the hardest of the concepts, but they will come to you very easy, and you will be able to understand them easy, without any problem. Okay, so this table and this table, what are the maqasid, what are the agrad, what are the benefits of it? Okay, so some of the people are telling me they don't know what the Arabic was saying when they printed the papers, and later on when they printed the notes. But Sister Faiza, do you ever get questions? Please, kindly, if you print out the papers and you see Arabic and you don't know what the meaning is, because in the class I do go over the meaning of agraduha or fawaiduha, but in if it is not written over here and you print out papers later on and you are confused about the meaning, do ask in the group. Sister Faiza should be able to help you. If she does not know, she can always forward your question to me. Okay, so yes, so that is why I am, I'm, making it a point for everyone to know. If you don't ask questions, nobody can give you answers, right? And you can then, after 4 months, 5 months, tell us that, oh, we did not get this. It passed over my head because you never paid attention to it. You never brought any questions. So how can, I don't have ilm of ghaib. So it's only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is alimul ghaib. So please kindly don't feel shy to bring questions to Sister Faiza. If you have any shyness, you can always private message her too. If that hurts, sometimes it's, you don't want to ask in a group, that's okay too. Okay, inshallah. So let's come back to the point, and inshallah ta'ala, before I start, we were going over the types of the benefits of sifa. In any type, did you see a word repeated as a sifa. That the same word that was of a mawsuf is repeated as a sifa. Anywhere did you see that the same word that was a mawsuf is now a sifa? So when you see siratul mustaqim or siratul lazina, can you now call them mawsuf wa sifa? Will it make sense to call it mawsuf wa sifa? It will not, never, right? Barakallahu feek, very well done. But when a word is, both the words, for example, al-wadil muqaddas and tuwa, same thing, same thing. Yes, in that case, your concept of badal kicks in. You are going to tell me, Sister Saima, I think it's about time. Let's learn about badal. We need to know what badal is, because I think it's going to be, it makes no sense. So let's go over badal so that we understand what is happening here. In Quran, you will see many followers. Do you think Sifa is a follower of Mawsuf? Sifa follows Mawsuf. It comes after Mawsuf. Yes. Follower in Arabic is called tabi. Tabi. Right? So one that follows is called tabi. You can use a very fancy English term for it, a positive, or you can use a term follower. Which one is easy? Use that, but make sure you understand it. Okay? So just like a sifa follows mawsuf, there are other words that can follow a noun. Okay? These nouns that follow another noun are there to come up as, you know, explanation for that word. Sometimes what they do is they intensify the meaning, and sometimes, you will just see them as, something that is adding, bringing in an additional meaning. Okay. Do you remember anything that we have been covering where one always follow another and there is a use of another tool in between those two? Very well done. Mausuf sifa we have done, and matuf, very well done. Do you notice how always matuf alayhi and matuf follow each other, right? They don't follow each other. They don't have to follow each other. Matuf and matuf alayhi do not have to follow each other in all four properties, but there is one property they must match. What do you think is that property is? Their status must match. Barakallahu feek. Very well done, Sister Arham and Sister Faiza. I'm very glad to see your answers, and I'm very glad how you are connecting everything together. Alhamdulillah. Is everyone on the same page? Is everyone remembers that always when you have a matuf and matuf alayhi, they are always following each other as they are one after another. Right, Sister Zora? Barakallah fik, Sister Amreen, Sister Zarina, Sister Samina, right? So you need to have that concept in mind, okay? Tabe always follows the status of an ism that it follows. Everyone got it? What one property you are going to focus on? You are going to focus on the i'rab of a word, status of a word. Okay, so you must look at the status of an ism. In this case, in this concept, there are 5 different types of tabe, but we are going to focus on badal today, and we already have covered a sifa. We have gone over quite a bit of atf, and this atf bayan I'm going to skip. I'm not going to teach you. Most probably in this course, I'm not going to teach ataf bayan. Okay. So if I don't teach it, I'm going to tell you the reason for that, but I will just want you to focus on badal. Okay, inshallah. So now let's see what badal is. So far, remember, follower must match in what? Follower must match the one that it follows in status or in i'rab. Very well done. And that is the beginning of a very beautiful journey, inshallah. So badal. Badal is a noun or a phrase used in opposition to and immediately after another noun. So, badal is just forget about what is on the slide. Remember, Badal is a noun or a phrase that is going to follow a noun that will be immediately after another noun. Okay? Noun that substitutes is called badal. Okay? The noun that substitutes or that comes as a replacement, that can be that comes in exchange, is called badal. The noun that is substituted, okay, the noun that is substituted is called mubdil minhu. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. I like my car, Honda Pilot. What do you think? I have written it there. So, what was the follower? Which word was the follower in this case? And I'm, rotating my mouse around it. Honda Pilot. Okay, Honda is my, is the follower. It's a follower of what? Honda is a follower of my car, right? It is a follower of my car. So in this case, I'm going to call Honda Pilot Badal, and what will be Mubdil Minhu? The noun that Honda is replacing, it is my car. Is this clear to each and everyone? I love my sister Amna. Now this time Amna, okay? Because I love all my sisters. It's not just Sister Faiza that I love. Yes, I love her very much, but I love my sister Amina too. So, uh, yeah, so focus. I love my sister. If I'm using my sister is going to be Mubdil Minhu, and Amina is going to be the Badal, right? Is this clear to all of you, my dear sisters? Not that I don't love you. So how, imagine how much love I have and how much respect I have for all of you who are sitting with me during their month of Ramadan, with their roza, with their fasting, leaving everything around. There was a lot of shows on TV where you teach how to learn different types of pakoras, samosas, and you left everything for this class, right? So may Allah put lots of barakah. So I have lots of and lots of respect for all of you and love for all of you, honestly. So yes. So coming back to the topic. Okay, now yes, barakallahu fik. Very well done, Sister Arham. I'm liking it now. So and actually loving it. So everyone on the same page so far. Before I move on, the next slide is going to tell you sometimes you will see a word follows another word and it is a complete replacement of another word. Sometimes a word follows another word and it is a part of that whole word. It's not complete replacement, but the part of the whole word. Sometimes you will see that there is a word that is following another word, but the word that is following is talking about some quality, some possession of the noun to which they are attached. Sometimes you substitute a correct word for an incorrect word. I ate I ate sehri before maghrib, or or something. No, not this. Not an example. Good example. I am going to I reached there at 5. No, 4. So the correct statement was, the correct timing of my arrival was 4 o'clock, but when I mistakenly say 5, is is that that kind of a substitution is a substitution where I am replacing a correct word for an incorrect word, right? The last fourth type is not there in Quran, so don't worry about it. Okay, is this clear? That sometimes there is a complete replacement. You can completely replace it. For example, when story of Musa comes, for those who love Musa alayhi salam, who love Quran, they know Who was there? And what is this Vadil Muqaddasa? And if you don't know, that's okay too. We all have our own time of learning things. I'm not belittling anyone or anyone's knowledge if they did not know. But most of you will know, for those who have gone over tafsir, that Vadil Muqaddasa was referring to Tua. Yes or no? When Allah mentioned Wadil Muqaddasa, it was meant to be Tua, right? So it was the complete replacement, right? So now see what happens with your with every type of badal. Okay. Yeah. No, it's not used in Quran, so don't worry about it. So because in Quran there is no, because it's a speech of Allah. So Allah makes no mistakes, right? We know that, right? So Allah does not have to do that. It's, we humans. Sometimes I will say things that I will, oh, what did I say? Oh my God. Okay, now let's learn it and focus on it. Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Purify your intentions. Okay. Yeah, there are 4 types of badal that you saw on your slide, and now we are going to go over each and every one of them. Okay. So see here, substitution of the whole for the whole. Exactly, one word is equivalent for the another one is going to be called badalul kul. Kul means complete, right? Whole. Badale kul is substitution of one word for another word. So now when I show you Idina Sirat al-Mustaqim, Sirat al-Lazina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Makes sense? That it is the path of those Allah has favored them, Allah has favored them, has rewarded them, not sent their wrath upon them, and this is the path of those who have not went astray, who have not gone astray. Is this clear? The next example, ja'ala Allahul Kaaba al Bayt al Haram qiyamal linnas. Allah made al Kaaba. What is going to be, what do you think is badal here in the second example? Who's going to tell me? And I want answers from every. Bayt al Haram. Very well done, Azra. Making sense, Azra? Is this getting clearer now? Alhamdulillah. So now, when you are going to attempt this verse, look here very carefully. Okay, Faiza, barakallahu feek. Al Bayt al Haram is replacing Al Kaaba. Yes? It's the same thing. We are talking about the two same things, same places, right? Don't we call when we go to Kaaba, we are in Haram, right? Sister Samina, barakallahu feek. So this one is going to be your Mubdil Minhu, and Al Bayt al Haram is going to be your Badal, right? What is your focus? What is your focus here? In terms of grammar, what do you need to look for? What should be there that is going to make you sure that this is badal, nothing else? Barakallahu feek, yes, your status, and status. Followers follow the isms in status that they follow. Okay, they are very good in following. And however, they only follow the ism they follow in status, except for Mawsuf wa Sifa, where they also match in other properties as well. Okay, inshallah. In this case, as when you are learning the concept of followers, make sure keep status number 1 and focus on that number 1. Okay, rest you can, there can be fine tuning of concepts that you will learn, but for now keep that in mind. Now the next example, qalu na'budu ilahak wa ilaha abaik. They said, and these were the sons of Yaqub alayhi salam, we will worship your God and God of your fathers, Ibrahima wa Ismaila wa Ishaq. What do you think in this verse can be badal? Very well done. Ibrahim. Where to Ishaq? Barakallahu feek. So, what are you going to now? Now, I'm going to, ask you a question. Sister Samina. I want Sister Samina, my very dear sister, who I've been missing so much, to help me identify the status of Ibrahim. What is the status of Ibrahim here? Sister Salma, my dear sister, is also answering. Now think about it. Okay. Okay. Yes, for Sister Samina. So now, so everyone. So I am, thus Benjar, and there are two answers. So there is the ikhtilaf in ummah. Let's just, look at it. Now, ilaha abai. What is the status of abai? It is jar in status, right? It is jar. So, what if you are calling Ibrahim as your badal? Who is mubdil minhu? Who is a mubdal minhu? Abai. So, what should be the status of Ibrahim? Ismail, Ishaq now? It should be jar in status. But why they not carrying kasra? Partly flexible, mamnu min as-sarf, right? They are mamnu min as-sarf. That is why they are not carrying kasra, right? Is this clear to each and every one of you? You are going to not jump ahead of yourself. Make sure the kindly mute, kindly mute. Somebody has their, okay. My dear sisters, are you with me? Everyone understood it is not so. Abai, it is, Abai was Mubdil Minhu. And who were their Abas? Who were their forefathers? Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ismail alayhi salam, and Ishaq alayhi salam. And they are going to follow their Mubdil Minhu in status, right? They are going to follow their Mubdil Minhu in status, right? Yeah, and here, but you are going to say Ibrahim is my badal, and then you're going to connect. There is another following happening here. Your other words are following Ibrahim alayhi salam through atf, right? As you know, this is Faiza meant to say. So you are going to just say that they are connected through atf. So you are going to pick on another fragment. Okay, if you look at it as a fragment, think of it as a fragment here. For 5-10 minutes, think of badal and mubdil minhu as a fragment. Okay, my dear sisters, will it make more sense if we do it like that? Is everyone on the same page about this verse from Surah Al-Baqarah? Should I go ahead? Alhamdulillah. Okay. So now, وَمَا أُنزِلَ عَلَى الْمَلَكَيْنِ بِبَابَلَ هَارُوتَ وَمَارُوتَ. Eh? What is happening here? Oh, 1 second. Okay. So now, in this verse from Surah Al-Baqarah again, do you see any badal? Where is the badal? Let's find out the badal first. Okay. Harut wa Marut are badal. Okay. So where is Mubdil minhu? Very good job. Al-Malakaini, 2 angels. What helped you determine that the Mubdil minhu for Harut wa Marut is Malakaini? What is the sign of dual? Ya. Yaul Ir. What is the name for this? Ya. Now I'm not going to tell you. You can Yaul Irab. Very well done. And you can call it Yaul Musanna as well, right? Because it is lean, yeah, so you can call it Yaul Musanna too. Ya Ghair Madiya. Very well done. Barakallahu fi. Now the last example, and let's see if you understood it. Ala Budal Li'ad. قوم هود. Do you see any بدل? قوم هود. You all agree? Okay. So where is the mubdil? Who is the mubdil? Adin is the mubdil. Everyone got it? Now, will it make sense? Will it make intellectually any sense to call them Mausuf wa Sifa, my dear sisters? Will it look right to call them Mausuf wa Sifa? Though they match in all four properties? It looks very, that somebody does not know the language at all. Huh? Right? Because such statements in regular language, you would say, um, uh, away with Ad, that is to say the people of Hud, i.e., people of Hud, alayhi salam, right? So, in all these examples, you find there is some elaboration, some explanation, right? When you have Badal, it gave you some information, some additional information about your Mubdil Minhu. Yes or no? Do you agree that you got some additional information and you saw it on the first slide, that could be the purpose of bringing in Badal, right? So as-sirat al-mustaqim, what is the sirat al-mustaqim according to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The straight path is this, otherwise this is the definition of straight path, and that you have to follow in your life. Al-Kaaba, what is Al-Kaaba? It is the Bait al-Haram, okay? So no bad thing is allowed. You have to do good there, okay? It's a sacred house, okay? Then Abai, who are the Aba of sons of Yaqub alayhi salam? Those were Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ismail alayhi salam, and Ishaq alayhi salam. Okay, Malakaini, which two angels? Is Jibrail or Mikael? No, no, no. They are not Jibrail and Mikael. They are Harut wa Marut, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning those two angels, right? Allah glorified their mention in Quran. Allah raised their mention in Quran. So now, what's the status of Harut wa Marut? Jar. Why is it Jar? Barakallahu feek, my dear sisters. It is Jar. It is Jar, and it is because the status of Al-Malakaini is Jar because of Allah, right? It was a Majroor. It was Al-Malakaini. Al-Malakaini was Majroor because of Allah. Harut is going to be Majroor in status. And why is it not taking a Kasra? It is Mamnu min as-Sarf, right? So this concept is, I hope this is clear to all of you now. No one can now claim that I don't know what this concept is. I hope if there is still, there may be some confusion still, but I hope, if you are taking your notes and if you are paying full attention, I think this should be easy for you. And I'm going to show some more examples, and inshallah, Allah will make it easy for all of us, inshallah. Okay. Okay, so now less than 20 minutes left. So just barakallah feek and jazakallah khair, and let's just go to the next type of badal. Now, the first one was whole for the whole. Now, this is not the whole for the whole. It is a part of the component of the noun. Okay, it is a replace badal. In this case is bad. What is bad? Meaning of bad. Tell me, but what is the meaning of bad? Some, few, right? So, as the name indicates, this is not kul. This is not whole. This is part of the whole. Part for the whole, where the badal is a part or the component of a noun. It is used in opposition to, or it's a part or component of the noun that it is following. Okay, now let's see here. And in this case, very important point, you will see a pronoun attached to your badal. Okay, inshallah. So here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Kumul layla illa qalila. Stand in the night, except for little. Nisfahu awinqus minhu qalila. So, what is badal here? Let's find out what is the badal here. Nisfahu totally is a badal, right? the total, this nisfahu is the badal, right? All agree? Or anyone is thinking just who is the badal? Who cannot be badal? Remember that, okay? Who will not be badal? It's going to be nisfahu, together is going to be badal. And this who is important to be here, okay? What is this who referring to? It is an ayat. It is going back to al-layl, right? It is going back to al-layl. The status is matching. Are you looking for the matching of the status in both cases? Are you all watching it, paying attention to it? Do not forget they have to match in status, right? They are matching in status. So now everyone understands how there was a whole night, but half of the night is also a part of the night. Yes or no? Or 1/3 of the night is also a part of the night. Yes or no? So understand it like that, that there is an ism which was al-layl, but then when you have a badal, which is part, which is not the whole night, if it is a part of night, then you are going to call that badal as badalul bad. Okay? Very important example from Surah Al-Baqarah again. وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ. And for Allah upon people, it is mandatory to do the Hajj of the house. مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا. Who he has capability for the way, or who has the means to do that. So what do you think here is badal? Okay, Sister Faiza, can you just wait for a second, and I want other people to see. Rest of the sisters, did you think of what is the badal here in this verse? Without looking at her answer. Barakallahu feek, Sister Amreen. Azra, did you also think about the same thing? Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. See, now understand the concept again, because otherwise you will be, banging your head on the walls and not be able to understand it, okay? So upon people, it is mandatory to do the Hajj of the house. Is it upon everyone? All the people? An-nas? No. Manistata. Man, whoever he is capable of the way, who has the means to do so. So this man is badalul bad. Okay, right? If it was just walillahi ala nasi hijjul baita al muttaqina, or they were or something, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has very clearly told us by using a mawsul, is a mawsul, bringing in is a mawsul, and with the silatul mawsul, everything is so very well explained that this is going to be for someone who has the istitaat for the way. Okay, now my dear sister Zarina, very good question. What kind of an ism man is? When you learn about man, when we have learned about the types of ism mausul, mushtarika, right? So it includes masculine, feminine, singular, plural, everyone, right? It is mushtarika, right? So it is everyone, huh? So it is all in English, in Angrezi, you call it, these ism mausul are called relative pronouns. They are called relative pronouns. So in actuality, it has something. Or for example, if you manistata'a, istata'a has a pronoun in it, right? So together, even if you don't know anything about the Arabic of man, you know istata'a has a pronoun, right? So there is but most importantly, if you know the quality of man, as man is a mawsul mushtarika, you will know that this is going back. It has a pronoun which it is itself is a relative pronoun, but it refers to masculine, feminine, singular, plural, and it is going back to annas, right? Yes, very beautiful question. And it's a very, it's spot on. And we needed this question right at the moment. So is this clear to now everyone that how you do not have a home there, but man itself is a relative pronoun. It is a ism mawsul, al mushtarika. It has something that refers to both masculine, plural, masculine, feminine, singular, plural, and everyone. Okay? So everyone got this point? Understood this? Alhamdulillah. Sister Salma, are you there? Let me see. Now I'm going to call out people. And Sister Afsha? Okay. Alhamdulillah. Should I go ahead and do the last one? Okay. Now I'm going to show you a type of a badal which we have been, sometimes we see it in Quran. Alhamdulillah. And trying is very important. That, yeah, inshallah. Yeah. So now, badalul istimal. Substitution of a possession or a quality for the noun it belongs to. Now you will have a noun in front of the badal. And this badal is not going to be a total replacement. It's not going to be the part of the noun, but it is going to refer to a quality or a thing that the noun has. Make sense or no sense? Let me tell you. يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الشَّهْرِ يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الشَّهْرِ. They ask you about the month. Shahrul Haram. They ask you about the sacred month. What about sacred month? Qital fi. Is qital part of the month? Is it the part of the month? Think about, is it 10 days of a month? The part of the month are going to be first 10 days, next 20 then the middle 10 days, or the last 10 days, or first 15 days, or last 15 days. Qital is no such thing, right? If it was to be the part of the month, it should be something about the days of the month, right? But qital, which is the battle in the month, or a jihad in the month, is a quality of a month. Yes or no? It is a quality of a month, right? So this thing is going to be called badal al-ishtimal. Okay, when the badal is not about the about the full or a complete replacement. It is not even the part of the noun. It is not a component of the noun, but it has something to do with the quality of the noun. That badal is called badalul istimal. I like what should I say? I like Maryam, her modesty. Is her modesty, what kind of a badal is going to be? Her modesty. So among the three types that we have gone over, is it ishtimal, bad, or kul? So Sister Faiza is saying ishtimal. Do you all agree? I like Musa alayhi salam. His strength. One punch, the man was killed. He was istawa. So it is the quality. His strength is going to be a badal for Musa, but his strength is going to be badal al-ishtimal. So now let's see here. وَاضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مَثَلًا أَصْحَابَ الْقَرْيَةِ. Present to them example. Oh, no. It's not a part. One punch is not a part. It's just, I just said, yeah, it's not a part. His strength was, the sentence ended at his strength. Okay. So now, wadrib, and give the example to them of ashabul karya. So this one I will come back. Is ja'ahal mursalun, when the messengers came to the karya, to the town. Badal from is, very well done. What kind of a badal? Istimal, right? So what about ashabul karya? The coming of the messengers to them, right? So you are just inverted in inverted commas. There is one thing that is coming, that is the coming of the messengers to the ashabul karya. Now give them this is this one you did not get, that what about them? Is this going to be badal? It is a badal for ashabul karya. And let me show you another example, okay? And from that I think it will make more sense. Wazkur fil kitabi Maryam, and mention in the book, or read in the book Maryam. Read about, or you about Maryam in the book. So you have Waskur fil kitab Maryam. Maryam is going to be, what is Maryam here grammatically? Maful bih. Izin tabazat min ahliha makanan sharqiyya. Is this is till the end telling you something about Maryam alayhi salam when she secluded herself from her family to a eastern place? Hmm? Hmm? So this part, is this the whole of Maryam? Is it not the same? Is this not about Maryam? Yes or no? It is about Maryam. This whole thing is going to be badal for Maryam. And for those of you who have learned is as among the who have learned the six, or we have learned six types of is. Hmm? So there were six, right? So is ismiya six types. So among those who have learned it like that, yeah, so they will understand that now how you're going to apply it throughout the Quran. You already have something here, Maryam, as mentioned as mafulun bihi, and this whole sentence is again about Maryam. What about Maryam mentioned? What is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asking to mention about Maryam? Her seclusion from her family to a eastern place is something that Allah wants you to mention. Make sense? Alhamdulillah. So this kind of this is another kind of a badal, which is where you are just bringing in a quality, or there is something about someone that is being mentioned. If I give you this one, masalan ashab al kariya, if I ask you, can there be any relationship between these two? Okay, sister Arham, Arham is saying that it is badle kul. What about rest of you? Yeah, it is, remember that whenever you see masalan, and then there is something mentioned, masalan rajulaini, masalan this, masalan that, it is going to be a badal. For example, masalam ma ba'udah. Remember, once upon a time, what will be the ba'udah in masalam ma ba'udah? What do you think? Let me take you to the Quran and the same very words, and so that you know. Yeah, it is. Let me bring some root. It's no, this is boghd. No. Okay, this one. Now you understand? Allah does not shy to to give an example, be it ba'uda. So this ba'udatan is a badal for masalan. Everyone got it? Yes, it's type 1 if you got it. Alhamdulillah. Is it clear? So Zora, making sense? Right? Alhamdulillah. Okay. So now the last one, I have no minutes. So, just an example, and I use this badal so many times, all the time in class. But yeah, let's see. Kana Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu anhu yatamanna an law kana aminul ummah Khalidun Abu Ubaidah أو أبو عبيدة بن الجراح حيا لاستخلفه. What do you think? Where is the بدل غلط here? Aminul Ummah. Who was Aminul Ummah? Khalid was Aminul Ummah or Abu Ubaidah? No, Abu Ubaidah was I mean, was used to be called Aminul Ummah. Okay, so Abu Ubaidah was called Aminul Ummah. Khalidun is that a sword of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So here Khalidun is not right. It was supposed to be Abu Ubaidah. So this is, where this is the correct word for an incorrect word, which is called Badulul Ghalat. Okay? Is this clear? That then he corrected, because Aminul Ummah is a title for Abu Ubaidah ibn Jarrah. Okay, remember that. Okay, so may Allah raise their ranks, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be immensely pleased with them. Radiyallahu anhuma. So with that, I will end the session, and I hope you understood your badal, and inshallah we'll continue with Surah Taha and the Sarf and Nahu of Surah Taha, inshallah. So we did not do in single words, but that's okay. Inshallah, we'll cover it. We'll continue to cover more concepts from Surah Taha, and inshallah, that's how the program is going to work now. So inshallah. So I will stop recording. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.